Hi lovely bag ladies, it's me Michelle here. This is a different kind of video to the ones I usually make. Usually I'm showing you a JuJuBe bag or I'm talking to you about how I pack my JuJuBe. Today I wanted to share with you the story of how I found JuJuBe and just some of the reasons why the community of pink ladies around the world means so much to me and how I find myself where I am now. So as I've mentioned before, I am a very fortunate mama to 3 beautiful toddlers who are 4, 3 and now 1. Our children are with us because of the UK adoption system, which isn't the most straightforward system to navigate. I will admit that fully, having been part of it now for almost 5 years. Me and my husband suffered through almost 15 years of fertility struggles. And we lost a child in 2002. It's been hard. Pregnancy loss is never something that is an easy road to walk. And then followed with, 10 years of infertility. It was very difficult. But we made it through and we reached the decision to adopt children. Adoption's always been part of my heart. Family members of mine are adopted. It was always something I wanted to do. So we navigated the system, we got all the approvals in place, and then we received the phone call that was going to change our lives forever. Apart from my wedding day and the 3 occasions on when I met my children for the first time, it was the single most emotional day of my life, and anyone that was with me in my office that day will completely support the fact that I had to go home because I was in bits. And we didn't have much time to prepare for our first son to come home. We literally had a matter of weeks. So we ran around and bought buggies and pushchairs and everything. Most of it completely inappropriate. Most of it went back within 3 months of our son being home. Most of it didn't even get used. And I found myself standing in a department store with my mother, who, can I just add, was the other person who was the singly most excited person about this. And there was a wall of baby bags and she kind of nudged me and went, oh yeah, you're going to need a change bag, aren't you? And I hadn't even entered into my frame of reference. I was trying to think at that point, how do I feed him? How do I keep him warm? How do I transport him? I hadn't even considered that he would come with so much stuff on a day-to-day basis that I would need to haul around with me. And I was blown away by the sheer number of bags and how much they cost and how they didn't seem to do any of the things I wanted them to do. And eventually there was a bag there, and I'll be frank, very honest with you guys, it was on sale and it was the cheapest bag there, and I went, do you know what, that'll do, that'll be fine. And I bought it and it came with me the first time I met my son, and it was with us for the first 2-3 months of his time with us, and it was completely inadequate, and by the end of 3 months I'd had enough of it and it went on eBay and it went off to another grateful owner. And shortly after that there were 3 or 4 other bags that I bought off eBay again that just didn't do what I wanted to do. So I'd resorted to having a sling bag, just a cheap bag I'd bought from like Primark, and in it I had a carrier bag with nappies and wipes and baggies in. I had got down to that level. I was so fed up with changing bags, I just didn't want to be part of it anymore. Around the same time, I was also a baby wearing mama. I'd discovered baby wearing as a way of forming an attachment with my son, and because he didn't want to go in a pushchair. But because I didn't have any bags, I was carrying around loose bits of everything, and I was just searching the internet to try and find some way of putting my baby carrier into something. And on one of the websites that I was perusing, someone said, you need to check out JuJuBe. They make fuel cells and you can fit our baby carrier into that fuel cell. And the rabbit hole opened and here I am. It was like an awakening. I went on the website and I was like, oh, these are my people, these are my bags. One of the things that people don't really talk about being an adopted mum is that for a lot of the time you kind of feel like a fake. You sit in baby groups full of people talking about epidurals and breastfeeding and nipple cream and all of these things that just don't apply to you. And that's true sort of the first year of any child's life. And it was tough. And I would sit there thinking, I don't know what any of this means. And they'd all sit there with their perfect mummy haircuts and their perfect mummy bags, and I was so far from perfect. I was muddling my way through with a carrier bag full of nappies. I just wasn't making it. And then I saw the Tokidoki bags and I was like, oh, this is me. This is my personality. Oh, this is amazing. Quite soon after that, I found the UK group and I found Pink Lady Chat, and things just went from there, and I fell in love with the community of women that I met, some of which now are my best friends, who I speak to every day, who I speak to more than I speak to members of my family. When we all met last year at the get-together, it was like a family reunion. We all sat around drinking coffee, hugging each other's kids, eating biscuits. And I love these women, and I would not have met these women if it hadn't have been for JuJuBe. Aside from that, winning the content creator contest and being able to work with the company and see where their ideas come from and how much they think about you as a consumer and you as a person and you as a family, I'm blown away, and by their generosity of spirit and just by everything. There aren't many baby brands that would throw parties for their fans and give them anything. There aren't many baby brands that would actively ask their consumer what they wanted to see in their product. There aren't many baby brands where the owners sit in Facebook groups and answer sometimes really not particularly nice questions from people. And they do that with a smile on their face and with generosity in their heart. And as the ultimate outsider in this mummy world, it's nice to know that I've found my people. And there have been hard times, and I have struggled, and they have all been there for me. When we went through the adoption of our third child, pretty soon after I joined the content creator program, they were all there holding my hand as I went to panels and visits and hospital appointments, and I'm so grateful. I'm just so grateful. I'm sharing this not to sound braggy, and I'm certainly not sharing this to suck up to anybody. I don't need to do that. I'm sharing this because I want you guys to know that for me, I'm part of a family, and they're a family that look after me so well, and I'm honoured that I've been allowed to be part of your guys' life. I guess what I'm trying to say is thank you. I want to say thank you to everyone that watches my videos and follows me on Instagram and reads my blog. I know it's not many people. And I hope that you have enjoyed what I've done so far and that you're going to enjoy what is to come. I'm going to be doing some different types of videos over the next year, and I'm really excited to be able to share different parts of my experience of life with you. And that's it. I would love to hear what everyone else's JuJuBe stories are. So please film a reply, post a blog, write something in Pink Lady Chat, write something in the UK groups, write something on a post-it note and post it to the JuJuBe Europe office. I want to hear what everyone's stories are, and I think that it would be great for us to share. On that note, I'm going to go and probably have a bit of a cry. I love you all, and I will see you all really soon. Bye-bye.